The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Basil Chapman.
Hi everyone, Basil Chapman, Tiger Technicians Hour, 877-927-6648. All right, this is going to be the part of the cycle that I've been looking at that is extremely telling. Because if we've only used up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this is the 7th week of the consolidation, and we are now a little bit more than 50% above the low. In other words, 27,398 was the July 16th high in the Dow. 25,339 was the low of the 15th, 1 month later. And now we are just beginning 2 weeks after that, just over 2 weeks after that. It's actually 3 weeks. We're beginning to be in the 26,800 area, very close to 27,000. We're really looking at time rather than price that is being, time rather than price that is being used, and not very much time at that. So that makes a couple of things very important. I'll go quickly to this because this is Technical Friday. I'm going to go to the Dow in the 5 different time frames that we often look at, which is with my Chapman wave automated notations of support and resistance. And I did have a question about it. A couple of people have asked me about it over the years. And all I can say is that Herb, who did all the work for me, I gave him all the details that I wanted, but he put it together using TradeStation, passed away about a year ago. And unfortunately, what he gave me doesn't have the contents, it just has the result. So, and I've been hunting all over to find out the parameters that I gave to him to be able to do this. And I know that a lot of you have looked at these and you've seen them over the years, 10, 11 years that I've been showing them periodically. I actually use them only at certain points for the resistance levels. I use so many other techniques that it kind of covers me for support and resistance levels. But when I do see a cluster like this, 26,814, 26,896, 26,977, 26,997, it says to me, unless there is a spiral to the upside, that this will become resistance. Look what happened here at the levels. We saw the 3 levels right here. When I got the sell signal, unfortunately, I only checked it as I was getting the sell signal, anticipation of the sell signal, and it was only verified because we went sideways for a while, and I said, I'm using other techniques. I'm using moving averages as techniques to tell me whether or not we're going to plummet to the downside, and that's exactly what we did. We went all the way down to the 25,170s. So what I am looking at right here is that within the context of this particular move now, we have an extra 1, 2, 3, we have 4 resistance levels. And you can see right here on the left, the 27,022 as a support level, we just plummeted right through that. So this is going to be very important. I have another technique that's saying there's a chance that we squeak in the 120-minute chart to another slightly higher high, right into this resistance level. Maybe it's at the close, maybe it's in the next hour. But I am suspecting that we're going to have some kind of a consolidation at this point, but this is really good action. And that good action was not yesterday's big move up, because the futures gave about a third of it back overnight from the high early on. No, it was the fact that today you've got follow-through rallying when there could easily have been, especially with the jobs report this morning. That was kind of jobs report that you could find very good things and very bad, not very bad, but you could find enough negativity to say, okay, let's just sell off a little bit. Haven't done that. That to me is a nice positive. All right. So you can see that we've got, and then way up at 28,053, 28,591, 28,959. Those are all levels I'm anticipating we're going to get to. No, I haven't got a time frame, although I'm getting a better sense of time frame now. So let's just go step by step. Let me go back now, just before we get the break. I want to run through these. The weekly chart has broken below for 3 weeks underneath the 4 weeks underneath the rising trend line that came from the December 21,712 low to the 24,701 low of June, and the 25,339 low here saw a lot of candles underneath all the moving averages. This week we spiraled above it, and that to me is a big. That's really very important. It's really helping. Now, a question I had was Technical Friday. If this is a peak C, what happens if we go to a D above 27,398? Let's say above 27,400, and then that turns down. At D's, we're always looking for something else. Hey, wait a minute. Look at this. The S&P is only at a peak A. If it goes to 3,027.99, 1 penny above the previous high of, it was in July, around about the 23rd or so, at 3,027.98, that goes into the inside track repellent zone. And it says, yeah, you could go to a B and then pull back with the D in the Dow. But this kind of discrepancy, a D in the Dow monthly, as you're going to maybe a B in the monthly of the S&P. And wait a minute, well, what about the QQQ? Look at this. The Q's are in B, that would be only a C and would be above resistance. So that would be really positive. A new all-time high in this time frame, in other words, the time frame leading into September, October, rather than a quite sharp pullback, another sharp pullback. That would be very powerful, and then I wouldn't be surprised if all of a sudden we're talking with China very positively. We'll see. We'll go one step at a time. IWM has been very bad. It's in a B and it's forming an arch formation. It needs to, in the monthly chart, it needs a lot of work. Oh, I saw the chart just like this a few minutes ago. What was it? I'll get to that. Okay, so that's that, and I want you to quickly show you the gold in the different time frames. This is the first real week of a new month. So we've got a peak F in gold at 1566.2 on the 4th of September, 3 days ago. And we've pulled back, but haven't pulled back very much. We've gone into this trading band that I said is possible between 1488 and the 1533 level. Let's see how long this lasts. And this weekly chart is a leg E with a potential this week of some kind of a doji candle. If the gold closes below 1,500 next week, then I would say to you that gold has had its day in the sun, shining, needs a little bit time out to get repolished and to rebuild some strength, because it's only in the leg C in the, oh, that was very interesting. Friday, on the first trading day of the month, of the new month, we went to a fractional new high. This is still leg C. You'd have to wait through all of October before you get a confirmation of a peak C at 1566.2 on the continuous contract. That number can change when it gets smoothed out. Look at silver. Silver right now is up a little bit, yeah, up 0.03, made a peak E top. I think this is going to turn out to be some kind of a top of time. I don't have price just yet. It's at 18.83. If silver starts to close 2 out of 3 days underneath 1745 in the next week and a half, I'd say it's also due. But that's
if you're not currently using the TAS profile scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS profile scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Hi folks, we're back. Dow's up 90, S&P's up 4.90, and I'd say to subscribers that if the Dow was not up over, what did I say? I just took it, I had it right there. If the Dow wasn't up over 50 points, I think I said it. Oh, well, I shouldn't say it if I don't remember it exactly. I just don't have it in front of me. I thought I did, but I don't. At 1:30, there's a good chance it'll have a start to weaken into the close. Right now, it's up 92. It's nice, very nice action because it could easily have pulled back. And the other thing is, I had a lot of questions. Let me finish up here. I just wanted to go through high-grade copper. High-grade copper, nice big move up. It's almost like the British pound. Had a big move up in 4 days. It's done very nicely. It's at 2.63. 2.63, yes. And look at that candle in the weekly. It went right to, I spoke about this the other day, to the 14-period moving average. It really needs 268, 2.68 to 2.73 by Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. That, to me, would be a really good sign. Let me see. I haven't even looked at wood all week. Wood is the iShares of the Timber and Forestry ETF. Very nice. A, B, I show this to subscribers every week. We discuss it. This is a very good move. It was almost breaking down, and look at this. Very nice daily. Weekly finally went to a trough D and a very nice move to the 14-period moving average at 56.86, up 47 cents. That monthly chart really needs to get to the 59 area in September to be able to improve. So far, this is good action. Looking at the international timber and forestry, at the same time looking at the global copper price moving quite nicely. Now that is a plus sign. That's the actual price right there. Just a gap there with a tiny little doji from yesterday, from today. So okay, now let me go to the crude oil. Crude oil, I'm becoming a little bit more favorably inclined towards the crude oil, more as a holding steady. I like that. and perhaps starting to help the energy sector, which for subscribers, you know, I kind of avoided it for a long time. Slowly starting to see a little bit of some signs of positivity there. We'll see if that can hold next week. The other thing I'm looking at here is the TLT. A little bit of a bounce today. It's up 95 cents at 145.71. It's in that rectangle. Remember, rectangle formations can last a lot longer than your patience. It went to 148.90, a huge move, really a huge move from the 131 area into 148, 17 points. I mean, that's 12%, something 13%, that's a big move. And now it's just giving some of that back, taking a breather. And we're going to be watching this closely because like gold, we might find that what was working for the last 3, 4, 5 weeks might take a breather and other areas will start to improve. XLI, I had a question about that. Let's go to the questions right now. XLI is in fact holding very nicely, also going to a buy mode from actually being in a sell mode. In 2 days it changed that, but it's this oval pattern that I'm watching. This is the S&P Select Industrial Spider Fund trading at 77.30, up 26. Now maybe Boeing is in it, maybe Boeing's helping a little bit. Boeing is, up a little bit, up 4 today at 364. I must say I'm beginning to start. I'm just looking at Boeing to say, we had a fabulous options trade on Boeing at one point, even that was being hammered. We had a big bounce for an option trade. I'm beginning to like what I'm seeing, but I don't really want to get involved with something that has the potential overnight just to do the craziest thing. So I had a question yesterday about IBB. I said it could move up. I don't see it as being really big, but there it is. It's moved up today. That's the NASDAQ biotech sector, 102.89, up 50 cents. Yeah, this is much better. It's just slowly improve. If you're prepared to have something that has the potential to slowly improve, now it's at 102, it must hold 101, let's say 101 to 100 should absolutely be an area that you watch very closely, but it is trying to rally. And then a question came in, CCI is breaking down, flashing a sell. I don't have a sell on CCI yet. We've been long since 135s. We hit 148.80. No. 149.47. We took took a little bit off all the way to 148.21, and I'm just looking at this and thinking there's a chance. Edit 148. I think 49. I said. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, I think this is going to consolidate, but I don't see it as a sell signal yet. If anyone is in it because they've been listening to me, my subscribers know exactly what we're doing. But if you've been listening, I'm just recommending take a little bit off here and then we'll watch it because the key measure is going to be 141 to 142 to 140. That's the area. If it gets down there, that's where I might start to see sell signals coming into the weekly. So for the weekly and the monthly, I'm saying, the towers, Reach Towers, Crown Castle, it's just holding really well. And some of the others, like a TWR, is it TWR? No, not TWR. I can't think of it right now. I just wanted to look at Boston BPG, BGP, Boston Properties, PGP, PG, Boston Properties, PBG. Oh, Boston Properties Group? No. PGB. Oh, man. Come on. Give it to me. Let's see. I'll have to look at it right here since I mentioned it. Boston Properties. Boston Prop. There it is. BXP? Oh. Was I looking at that yesterday? Yeah, we were looking at it. I think Jason had it. Oh, I had it all written down. SBG. No, that's different. This is BXP. That's pretty much the same pattern. So let's go to SPG. Thank goodness I wrote that down. SPG is Simon Properties, what was I thinking? Simon Properties, actually it has very much the same pattern, except it's now gone to that leg C, just as we were talking about yesterday. So Jason, yeah, I hope you were listening. This is for your kind of, I usually get to know my the callers and subscribers and people who ask me questions, what they're looking for. This is your kind of stock because it has the potential to break down, sure. If it goes back, it's at 149. I say if it takes that 146 support, you got to be careful. But it has the potential that if over the next 3 weeks, without breaking below 146, if it actually gets to the 154s, it has it over the 9-period moving average of the weekly chart, that 156.96, let's go to 157 level in the 14-period moving average of the weekly, becomes a target. And you just go step by step like we did with the dollar, when we went long the dollar April of 2018. At 90, the low was 88. We got long at 90, and then it's just climbed. The daily went to a buy signal, then a buy mode. Then the weekly suddenly became interesting because it went to a buy signal. Then it went to a buy mode. All of a sudden, the monthly improved. Now the monthly has gone to a leg D. Maybe it even makes a peak D this month, but that's the way you want to do it. Next question I had was, okay, I want to go to the den now. Docu. Question: where can I add to my Docu? Where can I add to my Docu? Now remember, this is a stock that had earnings yesterday, and they were really good. But look at this chart. It's been on my list for ages, but it went from an all-time high after the IPO in the 67s down to 35, gets cut in half. I'll talk about it in a minute. What do you do with things like this?
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
I've folks, we're back. So I was asked about DocuSign Inc. trading at 54.92, up 8.67, up 18%. It actually gapped up and it went all the way to 57.30. The all-time high, I think I said was, what was it, 67, was it? All-time high was 68.35 in August of 2018. So a year ago, 68.35. Let me just put that in there so I don't forget. So it was leg B and then failed, 68.35. And then it plummets down to the 35 area and rallies back to 59, down to 44, and then it had a horrible gap down, and then it makes an island reversal with this gap to the upside. I don't like charts like this. I love charts that do this sort of thing. And then after a horrible gap down, they fill the gap and go even higher. But I don't like to see a spike like this in the day. But if these are really good signs, this is really good for the monthly chart because you don't see all the nonsense that's going on in the daily. But where would I add to? I'm just going to say that it might take a few weeks, but between 52 and 50 is really the area that I would feel more comfortable adding to a position. I wouldn't do it here, even if it went higher, and I'll tell you why. Look how horrible this chart was on the way down from the high that was made back in March of this year, March the 15th, at 59.62. Lower lows, lower highs. It makes a Chapman wave falling axe formation, goes under the 200-period moving average. The daily is looking just terrible. Now, I had a question about, wait a minute, on Tuesday, weren't you talking about the H to lowercase m? You're talking about testing the 25,000s once again? Absolutely, I was talking about it. I'm a technician, and I'll explain that in a minute. But it's the same thing here. I'm a technician. Would I have touched this yesterday if there wasn't an earnings report on the long side? Absolutely not. The MACD rallied strong. The stochastic actually went over 80%, and it couldn't rally. It couldn't get out of its own way on a percentage basis. Maybe going from 43 to 47 is 4 points. But that's nothing on the chart. So this would have been a total surprise to me as an earnings report response, not the fact that it gapped up, but if it gapped up to the 200-period moving average of 49 and then started to pull back a little bit, I'd say, hey, that's really good action. Now let's look at this as a potential buy. At this particular point, wow, something's going on. That earnings report was not seen at all by the stock. So I need to see it now prove itself pattern-wise, okay? So that's that. Now let me just talk to this issue that came up, INDU. Absolutely. Look, you find me another technician anywhere. I'm saying anywhere. You find me another technician that has patterns like I have patterns, the ones that I've developed over 30 years or more, that talks about these H patterns and the M patterns. Look how successful this was up until this is Thursday. Up until Wednesday's close, we were trapped in this pattern. The MACD had rallied, but the price hadn't been making new recovery highs. There was nothing here that said, other than some kind of a surprise, a news event, that could spike it to this level. If that spike wasn't there yesterday, and we had the normal day that I was anticipating, we might have squeaked to a D. I don't even think we would have done that. And at this particular point, we'd be at about 26,200 and not 600 points higher. That's where we would be, with a really good chance by Monday, we'd start to do some testing of the lower level. I don't know whether we would have got down there. So I'm a technician. Once you break out of the pattern, what am I supposed to say? I'm supposed to say, okay, now I'm going to ignore that? No, you've got to change with the price. If you don't change with the price, you're not going to be able to get the trend. And this trend says to me now that this is in a buy mode in the daily. It reverted from a sell mode in the weekly to, as we stand right now, to a buy signal. I haven't yet got a buy because the technicals are still very weak. A buy mode in the weekly chart, and the monthly still looks very good, and it's been looking very good for a long time. And I needed to see the exact thing that we talked about, which was that August would be a red candle with a lower high making peak C. I see absolutely nothing. So I don't know what you want me to do. And since you're the only one that ever complains, I'm done. We're done. Okay. Now, what I am looking at is how do we deal with this? This is actually very good action. But the weekly chart is suggesting that a lot more has to happen to be constructive in the weekly, and the monthly chart, MACD has not yet crossed positive in the Dow. I'll deal with that over the weekend. I'll be sending out my emails, my charts as I do starting on Saturday for Monday, and we'll go through that very carefully. Most importantly, what I want you to look at is if you're having lagging indicators like the transports, which are still looking very poor. If the XLF just found its feet the other day, but is still not looking great. I'm looking at this as very selective. One of the reasons why we've had success in the stocks that we've chosen, the ones that have really moved nicely, is because they were under the radar. They are areas that over a longer period of time, I think are going to really prove themselves. And that's why I'm looking all the way for subscribers. We're looking at areas that are potentially going to build and build and build support as we go on through the rest of 2019, number one. Number two is there are sectors there are stocks that I find. I just find them because I do, maybe it's serendipity. There are all sorts of things. I found a stock today. I gave to subscribers. I said very low volume. I like it a lot. It's a great pattern. I think it's in an area that could help. Let's buy it. And it closed yesterday at, what was it? So let me just see if I've got it still notated right here. No, I think I took it off. Well, it closed yesterday at 15.30 with a really good candle. And I said, today we want to buy it. It's a new stock, but you got to think about it because it has very low volume. But we want to buy it at under. I wanted a dip. I didn't want to chase anything on a potential gap up day if that was the case. So I said start along under 14.90. And the low of this stock today was, remember it closed yesterday at 15.30. The low today was 14.93. We missed it by 4 cents, and it's trading right now at 16.08. It actually went all the way to 16.24. You do your analysis, you do the best you can, you try to look for the risk reward for subscribers, and that's the best you can do. Okay? So we missed that one. I do know some people that actually did get it because they were prepared to give it a few cents because they thought it had all the technicals that we were looking for. Very nice, but on a purely subscriber basis, we did not get it. But that's what you do. That's the way it is. Same thing with United Technologies. We got in at 125. So I had a tight stop of 2 because the market was up and down hundreds and hundreds of points overnight in the intraday. Then we got stopped out for a 2-point loss. And United Technologies trading right now at 133.90. So it happens, but we've also got some that have worked very well. All right, so we've got a break coming up, and we got those things out the way. NM, I got a question about NM. NM is...
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in a tax opportunity zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you would like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
If you're a trader in the market looking for exposure to gold or gold mining equities, then now is a perfect time to sign up for Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. The summer is over, gold is trading back above $1,500, and the 10-year Treasury is hovering at around 1.5%. Tom O'Brien has been writing his weekly gold report for almost 18 years. There's no one that knows more about how the gold market trades and how gold mining equities react. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, Tom publishes his weekly gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. As of September 3rd, Gold Report subscribers have 5 active open positions with an average unrealized profit of almost 38% for each position. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up today by visiting TFNN.com. Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
So NM is a iron ore. It's just been decimated. Doesn't look very good right now. Navios Maritime Holdings. I was asked about, what was that one that I was asked about? Is the CX finally starting to move? Yeah, wow, look at that. I didn't even see that. A, B, very strong leg. C at this particular point. Oh, finally, CMAX what is it? SA, Mexican cement company, trades to a low of the 2.81. Let me just double check that number. 2.82 on the 15th, and trading right now 3.90. That's a 30% gain. Woohoo! Very nice. Yes, this is back in play. And we'll see if this is going to be the kind of stock that is telling us that maybe a GGG, which is Graco company, yeah, starting to move. Is Graco Fluid Handling Equipment really part of the infrastructure? That's starting to move nicely. So I'm going to be watching areas that I think have the potential to move under the radar at first, and then they'll become popular because of the political situation. That's the one area that I want to look at. I did have a question in the den that I think I missed. SB, is that sugar? Yep, sugar is just trying to form a base right now. All you can do is, if you think that this little doji candle is the start of a move up, I really would like to see that MACD give a positive divergence. Yeah, this is tough, but if you're looking at, what was I looking at? Oh, wheat, it had a nice move, it's consolidating. Soybeans just hasn't got any traction yet, and corn was looking lousy yesterday. It's even worse today. So that whole area of the agricultural area, that's really struggling. XRT is, of course, the one that I like, the one that I don't like. This is the S&P Spider Retail. Yeah, this is the retail sector. Fund A. Also, you make so many leg Ds. Now, remember, when you're coming off lows, you're going to make Ds. And you're going to make Ds because you're coming off a low. It's like the tide's rising. You have to get to at least a D. Then what can happen is it can pull back just briefly and then start another move to the upside. That's why it's so important to keep monitoring The letters on the upside. The downside, I prefer to just use technicals. I use the letters. I use them for a completely different purpose. I love when you get like a single whopping leg A down. That usually says most of the work is done. You might have another little pullback, but you got to be careful because it could have a very strong rebound. Question about MJ, which is the alternative harvest. Yep, this is the first decent move it's had off the low. It's trading at 25.80 after a trough F. In the weekly chart, unsuccessful. Oh, successful dreaded H. In the monthly chart, oh, I didn't see that. I kept back, holding back. 23.18, just 17 cents off the monthly low of December. 23.18. Okay, maybe we've got some play here. We're looking at a leg. This is still a leg A to the upside. It's done this before and then it fails. So it's one of the, I wouldn't say safer ways because it's gone all the way from the 38s to the 23s. That ain't no safety. But it is one of the better ways to say, I don't understand the individual stocks in the cannabis sector, alternative harvest, trading at 25.80, up 47 cents. But it's a better way to play it if you want to get into the actual, the area tiptoeing in through the generic side, which would be the actual ETF that has a bunch of them. What is GWPH looking like? I was asked about that. Yeah, this is one of the better companies. I don't know if it's one of the better looking stocks, but it's one of the better companies. It's trading at 138.44. That's quite a slide from the 190s to the 130s. Now I think it's ready to at least attempt to make some kind of a base. It might take a little time, but it's worth just, just kind of looking at these and checking the ones. I would prefer at this particular point, if you're going into it for the first time, just test the waters by putting your foot into the MJ alternative harvest. That's just a safer way to do it, unless GCG was a CGC, which is the canopy growth. Yeah, it's the same sort of thing. Oh, that hit the 200-period moving average in the weekly. So maybe this is maybe another way to play it. This is, as I hear it, I don't know, one of the companies that's one of the higher rated companies, as I hear it. I don't know. All right, so let's do a couple of other things now. A question that I had was, would I look at Z? Z is, this is Zillow Group. It's a real estate, and now I think they've actually got into, I think they do some buying of real estate. I can't imagine why they would even want to do that. They had a lock on a certain area. People just wanting to know what their houses are worth, what they could sell them for. To get into the actual business, it's two separate things. It's just separate. So it's looking terrible. At 31.54, it's got a real problem. Okay. Now I wanted to look at stocks that I usually do. I'll do this real quickly. ASA, which is the gold one, made a peak E double top. Just over the last 2 weeks, trading at $12.99 after being at the 13, what's that, 1365 or 1375, back on the 28th of August. No big deal, down to $12.99, but I would say it must hold 12.40 over the next 2 weeks. If it breaks under that, and the weekly chart is suggesting that it is in a digestive phase, but it's still way above the 9-period moving average of 12.60 in the weekly chart and the 14-period of 12.17. How this acts, this is a gold stock, ASA, gold and precious metals. I like it. It just seems to tell me a lot about what's going on in the gold market. So that's that. GDX. Look at that sharp move. It finally did go to that leg D, and then a peak D in the 31 area, and now I've got a plus sign. At the end of the day, I might have to put a down arrow. And it's a leg E in the weekly chart. Yeah, I think the GDX is in a digestive phase. Monthly chart is still very strong. Actually, the weekly is just still strong. I just think, yeah, I'm going to draw this in, and we'll come back and we'll see whether I'm correct or not. I'm drawing in the semicircle, the oval pattern. And we'll see if, there we go, if this oval pattern holds the price, and that can go down to 27.12. If it goes under 26.90, that's going to be an arch formation roll over. At this particular point, it's a consolidation. Okay. Question I had about, where did it go? Oh, could I do the cash index? My cash index is Cintas, making a peak right here that I think is a double top. Short term, this is going to be very important how it closes today and how it acts by Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. Overalls, uniforms, rentals. This is the economy. It's usually a little slow in making the big turns, but it's been fantastic up until now. Amazon is trading at. I've got a break coming up right now. Let me see how much time we've got. Break coming up. Okay, Amazon is coming off at the lows. It's acting quite nicely at 1830. It needs to get to the 1857 level by Tuesday to say it can go further. SPY is at an all-time high. Missed the all-time high. And Home Depot was at an all-time high and is today in leg C. So there's some strength there. I'll be back.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Hi, folks. This is Steve Rhodes. Stay tuned for another great hour of the Trader's Edge, heard here at TFNN.com.
Just got a notice here from GT that says growth is the weakest in 3 months as trade. Oops, what does that say? In 3 months as trade war weighs on labor market. NFP modest 130,000. Yes. So okay, that's there. That's part of the economic scenario that we've got to be looking at. And I see in the den that no recession coming, says Powell. I'm usually a little nervous when economists say no recession. I remember all the years whenever we were in a recession. No, whenever we were in a recession that wasn't recognized, the moment that the economists came out and said, yep, we're in a recession, invariably that was the low, invariably. So we're going to watch this. All right, Home Depot, all-time high in leg C in the daily, so it should still go a little higher. A couple of things that I need you to look at here. I just wanted to show you what I'm at least keeping in mind. That resistance, you can see all those resistance levels on the left side chart right here in the Dow, starting from 26,814 to 26,977. The S&P has the same sort of thing. It is at 2991 to 3,000, and the three of them, 3,008 to 3,010. And then the QQQ has automated, this is the daily as well, 190, 192, we've gone above that, 192.89 and 194.40. IWM has 152.50, which is way higher than it is, 150.80 right now. So we've got to just watch this carefully. And remember, if we start to weaken towards the end of the day, then probably we'll see a little pullback, maybe Sunday night coming into Monday. But so far, I have to admit that today's follow-through buying, rather than giving back a chunk of yesterday's big move up, almost over 400 points at some stage, this is impressive, and you've got to go with what you've got, and that's what we've got. So what does it say? It says now that I have to raise, and the point is made that yes, there were. I did talk about the lower highs. Now those lower highs mean that in the Dow itself, you've got. Let me just do this right here before we go to. You've got Steve Rhodes coming up. You've got Dave White. You've got Tom O'Brien. Have a great weekend. So we've got the Dow right now. Key support over the next 3-4 days is of the 26,600 to 26,500 level. Okay, have a wonderful weekend. Check out my opening call. I hope to see you right here on Tuesday.